Have you ever wondered if there's a way to connect our own personal growth, becoming a better person, directly to making the world a better place? Well, that's exactly the idea we're diving into today with Reflections on the Life of the Spirit. This is the first book in a series from the Ruhi Institute, and it's designed to be way more than just a book you read. It's really a guide for living a life filled with purpose. So let's take a look at what this path is all about.
First things first, it's super important to get how you explore this material. So you can just forget about a traditional classroom with a teacher at the front. This is all about small groups of friends getting together and going on a shared journey of discovery. There might be someone facilitating, but they're not there as an expert. Their job is just to help everyone learn from the material and from each other. It's a really powerful collective way to learn. Okay, at the very core of this whole thing is one single powerful concept, the twofold moral purpose. This idea is the bedrock for everything else. It suggests that a truly meaningful life has to balance two things. First, working on our own spiritual and intellectual growth, and second, actively helping to transform society. And the book makes it clear, these are not separate goals. They're basically two sides of the very same coin.
So how do we actually do that? How do we live out this twofold purpose?
Well, the book introduces this idea of walking a path of service. Let's dig into what that journey actually looks like.
Now, this path of service isn't for some select group of people. It's for literally anyone. Think of it as this ongoing journey of both learning and doing. The whole point is to develop our character and our abilities, our inner world, so that we can make a real contribution to the well-being of our communities, our outer world. It's that twofold purpose put into action.
Every journey needs a map, right? Well, for this path, the map is found in sacred writings. The very first unit of the book is all about a crucial skill, how to read these texts, not just for facts, but for real wisdom that can guide how we live. And the book is filled with these incredible statements, like this one. Truthfulness is the foundation of all human virtues. I mean, on the surface, it sounds simple, but just think about the weight of that. It's saying truthfulness isn't just another virtue on a list, it's the very foundation that everything else, like honesty, justice, compassion, has to be built on.
Which, of course, brings up the most important question, doesn't it? It's one thing to read a quote like that and nod your head and say, yep, that's true. But how do we actually live it? How do we take that idea from the page and make it a part of our daily lives? Well, the book actually offers a specific method to bridge that exact gap. It's this really practical three-step process for turning these big ideas into real action. First, your group works together to just get the basic, straightforward meaning of a passage. Then, you talk about real-world, concrete examples of that idea in action. And finally, you dig deeper and explore the implications. How does this concept challenge our normal assumptions? How could it actually change the way we live? It's an amazing way to make abstract virtues feel really tangible.
Okay, so if understanding the writings gives us the map, what gives us the strength and the energy for the journey? The second unit introduces prayer as the essential spiritual nourishment. And it really reframes it, not as some kind of ritual, but as a vital source of connection and energy.
The book reframes prayer with this incredibly simple but profound idea. It's a conversation with God. This totally shifts the focus from just, reciting words because you feel you have to actually fostering a deep personal relationship. It's presented as this natural thing that comes from love, like how you want to talk with someone you really truly care about. And to help us really grasp the transformative power of prayer, the writings use these beautiful, powerful metaphors to describe what it does to the human soul. For example, prayer is described as a fire that burns away the ego and all the self-interest that can hold us back. It's also a light that illuminates our path, guiding our understanding. And it's a fountain of living water, providing that deep spiritual sustenance our souls need to grow and thrive. Now, the third and final unit of the book is where it all gets put into a much bigger context. It explores the nature of our soul and the idea of life after death. And this perspective, well, it helps us understand the ultimate purpose of our entire journey here on Earth.
So what is the soul? According to these teachings, it's not a physical thing at all. It's our true, eternal reality, a spiritual essence that comes into being the moment we're conceived. The writings call it a heavenly gem, which is just a beautiful way to emphasize how precious and unique it is. To explain the relationship between our body and our soul, the book uses this really powerful analogy.
Think of your body as a mirror and your soul as the light that reflects in it. Now, that mirror can get dusty, it can get scratched, it can even break, but the light itself, it's completely unaffected. In the same way, while our physical bodies are mortal, our soul, our true self, is eternal and just continues its journey.
A great way to think about our existence is in a series of stages, where each stage prepares us for the next one. So in the womb, we develop the physical tools we need for this life, our eyes, ears, hands, and so on. Well, the book suggests this life is for something similar. Here, we are meant to develop the spiritual capacities we're going to need in the next world, qualities like kindness, justice, and love. So here's the crucial point. Our time on this earth has an eternal purpose. We're here to cultivate those spiritual qualities, those heavenly powers, that our soul is going to need for its infinite journey towards God. And when you start to see your life through that eternal lens, that twofold moral purpose we talked about at the beginning becomes even more profound. So let's bring it all back together and look at it one more time. So now you can see the whole picture, right? Developing our inner spiritual qualities isn't just for our own benefit right now. It's literally how we prepare our soul for its eternal journey. And serving humanity? That's not just a nice thing to do. It's the main way we actually develop those qualities. See? Personal growth and service to others become totally, completely inseparable. And this leaves us with the big question. If we all have this incredible potential inside of us for inner growth and outer service, how in the world do we unlock it? The answer comes in this absolutely beautiful metaphor. Every single person is like a mine that's rich with precious gems, qualities like compassion, courage, and wisdom. But those gems are hidden deep inside. It's education, this process of spiritual learning that can unearth these treasures and let them shine. And that is exactly what this book, this whole process, is trying to provide, the tools to polish those gems. Understanding the writings gives us the knowledge. Prayer gives us the spiritual strength. And having an eternal perspective gives all of our efforts profound meaning. Put them together, and these tools help us uncover the very best within ourselves, not just for our own souls, but for all of humanity.
So the final thought this book leaves us with is deeply personal. If our life is a journey to develop our souls for an eternal existence, if every single day is an opportunity for growth and every choice is a chance to cultivate a virtue, then the question becomes very, very practical. What gem in your own mind will you choose to polish today?